Dear ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our channel. Well, I hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching us or from wherever you're viewing our channel. And as usual, before you get started, please, if you're a first-time visitor, take a moment and hit the subscribe button. By that, YouTube gets to list us amongst the favorite channels. Also, when you give us a like, as if you are a subscriber, we will still appreciate that. Once again, I say thank you so much for being our viewer and for being our subscriber. Now, yesterday we discussed about IEBC's who's and talked about Ruto's concerns. Today, we'd like to discuss about polls and whether the 4 polls that we see on the dailies are fake or they are legit. Miguna Miguna previously said when he was in Canada that the polls will soon start showing that Raila Odinga is catching up. And then he again said later on that these polls will give Raila a lead. Well, the authenticity of the polls still remains a secret by the pollsters. What we as Kenyans are left with is the end product, which is now the result. Many times people ask themselves, where did these people go to when they were looking for these numbers? Why wasn't I asked whether I support William Ruto or I support Raila Amolo Odinga? I know you've been asking yourself the same question. That is why probably most people believe that the pollsters are fake. Dear ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to say that they are fake or they are legit, but I know there are indicators. These polls normally give the presidential candidates a reason to work harder, to maybe beat a particular target. They are important. To them, they consume that end product, which is the number. Now, William Samoei Ruto in Makueni County during his economic forum talked about NSIS not giving the public the correct polls. I think by that he was trying to mean that the TIFA polls and any other pollster who are actually feeding the public are feeding the public with compromised numbers, if I'm not wrong. So William Samoei Ruto is demanding that the NSIS release the actual or the correct polls so that the public can know. And by him, he believes that he is like 8% ahead of Raila Amolo Odinga. Well, dear viewers, let us go back to 2017 and 2013. 2013, that is a time, or rather 2007. Let's go to 2007 when Kibaki stood against Raila Amolo Odinga. The polls were there. You remember Raila Amolo Odinga was always ahead during every time the polls were released. But did he become the president? No. In 2013, when Raila ran against Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, and Raila was deputized by Kalonzo Musyoka, while Uhuru was deputized by William Samoei Ruto. The polls put him ahead, but he never won the election. When elections were held, I think his percentage remained at 44%. In 2017, the same scenario occurred, but again, Raila did not win the elections. So the question we beg to ask ourselves is, are these polls a true reflection of the strength of the presidential candidates? If you ask me, I'll tell you, I don't know, because I've never been interviewed, I've never seen these people. But we believe in statistics, because statistics sometimes give us a picture of something that maybe we might want to achieve. In the previous months, Raila Amolo Odinga was trailing William Samoei Ruto. But then, soon after naming Martha Karua, then the tides changed. And all of a sudden, Raila Amolo Odinga was ahead. Now, yesterday we saw at Mkuru kwa Jenga, Kalonzo, Raila, and other Azimio brigades held a joint rally, whereby Kalonzo declared his support for Raila. Don't you think when the polls are released now, then there will be another change? There will be some increment in terms of numbers for Raila. And what is Ruto likely to say this time round? I think Ruto is getting pissed off. If you can hear yesterday's economic forum, then you can actually tell that Ruto was somehow pissed off. Allow me to use that word, pissed off, because it's the right word to use, however bad it sounds. But the man was not happy at all. Could it be it's because of the merger between Raila and Kalonzo? Could it be that the happiness was because of Uhuru Kenyatta's remarks at Uhuru Gardens? Could it be that this was because he was not given a chance to talk to the people, being that Madaraka Day, the Madaraka Day that was handled on Wednesday was the last Madaraka Day for the Jubilee government? Or could it be that reality is starting to dawn on William Samoei Ruto that this presidency that he was almost sure of will actually be a thing of the past? We don't know. But I think NSIS should just release these polls so that William Samoei Ruto can actually be contented with the results. We don't know whether this result, when they are released and they show that Raila is ahead, he will now buy the idea that polls can actually give you a picture of what you intend to do in terms of numbers, in terms of statistics. Viewers, I know that polls are not fake as insinuated by some politicians. These polls give us a summary, they give us a position of something. Okay, sometimes they play a huge role by giving, there are those voters who are considered as undecided. They only wait for where they can cast their vote. They do not want to lose their votes. They want to cast their votes in an area that is perceived to be a winning area. So if, for example, a team like Azimio is perceived to be the winning team, then some of these undecided voters would want to cast their votes in that direction. If Kenya Kwanza is perceived to be the winning team, then these undecided votes would want to cast their votes in this direction. I think that is why William Ruto is crying foul over these numbers which are keep on being released in the television for people to consume. So dear ladies and gentlemen, we are likely to see another poll being released soon. If not this weekend, then early next week. But then my projection, if the recent tally or the recent polls are accurate, then we're likely to see the Raila's lead extend further because of the merger with Kalonzo Musyoka and because of the aggressiveness of Martha Karua. So dear ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to leave you with those few comments. And please, if you hadn't subscribed, please take a moment and hit the subscribe button, because by doing that, the YouTube's algorithms increases our experience on the YouTube platform, and by that our viewership increases. So ladies and gentlemen, I would like to wish you a lovely day. Until then, bye bye.